Hey everyone, this is Margaret Lynch from margaretmlynch.com, and you may not have realized that there's actually more to tapping, because tapping is part of a bigger science called energy psychology. And to show you a little bit more about that, I've invited Dr. Judith Swack to do some videos with me here. Judith and I recently hooked up at the ASEP conference, but we just happen to both live in Massachusetts. So we got together and I convinced her to do some great videos for us that actually will expand your view of just tapping into some really cool energy psychology ideas. And so Dr. Judith Swack is the creator of Healing from the Body Level Up. And your website is www.hblu for healingforthebodylevelup.org. And so could you just start by telling us a little bit about what is Healing from the Body Level Up?
Yes, thank you, Margaret. Healing from the Body Level Up is a mind-body healing methodology that gets people unstuck by clearing their blocks to success at the conscious level, the unconscious level, the body level, and the soul level simultaneously. So with Healing from the Body Level Up, we work all 4 levels of the being at once.
And you could see why that would really appeal to me, because everything you just said sounds fantastic. So we're going to start by having you do some work on me. I get to be the subject in this video, which is really fun for me. And so what are we going to do today?
Well, Margaret, I'm going to teach everybody how to make decisions with all of them.
Okay.
Because, you know, life is complicated.
True. Yes.
And we're often called upon to make decisions that involve many factors.
Yes.
And it's easy to get confused and overwhelmed.
Yeah, and go up in our head about it, particularly when it comes to our business, or even really in relationships or any area of our life.
Exactly.
So great. So how do we start?
So how we start is we ask your deepest wisdom, your soul, to lead the healing. And we do that by muscle testing.
Okay.
And you can do that with what we call a standing tilt. And in the standing tilt test, you ask your soul to show us a yes signal. So send a question down in and ask your soul to show us a yes, and notice which way her body tilts.
Okay.
Very nice. Back to center.
This is very cool.
And let's see a body no. Body, show us a no signal. Great, you all see that? Forward on yes, backwards on
and
yes.
I felt my legs tighten up and myself go back. So this is really interesting.
Yeah, the body answers.
I'm already loving this.
Now the way to get to your soul is through your body signals, because the muscle testing acts like lie detector testing and will tell you true and false.
Okay.
So the first question we want to ask you, Margaret, is do you have a decision that you need to make in the near future?
Yes, I do.
And what does it pertain to?
It's a business decision, and so it's about making a decision on how I'm going to invest one way or another in a product of mine.
Okay. And you have how many choices available to you right now?
2 choices that I'm looking at currently.
Okay, and they both seem very good, right?
Yes.
So it's hard to know which one would really be right for you.
And I have gone around and around in my head on it, so this
Okay.
is perfect timing.
This is the exact situation where you want to use this technique.
Great.
All right, so we are going to ask her deepest wisdom to put words on the decision. In other words, name the decision you need to make, and then you have to put a time limit on it. Okay, discrete decisions.
Okay.
So, Margaret, we talked to Margaret earlier, and the wording of her decision, of her question, came out as which product to invest in, and the time frame was in the next month.
Right.
Let's double check that. Margaret, from your deepest wisdom, is this question worded properly? And is it not, from your deepest wisdom? Okay, it's right. So,
That is really neat.
all right, now the short form of this is to ask your deepest wisdom if it already knows the answer to that question. So, Margaret, from your deepest wisdom, do you already know the answer to that question? And do you not? Yes, you do. All right, then ask your deepest wisdom, what is the answer?
Yeah.
So product A, product B?
I would say it's product B.
Product B.
Yeah.
All right, let's double check that. Is that right from your deepest wisdom? And is it not? All right, then. Her deepest wisdom knew the answer, even though her conscious mind was still going around and around on it.
Yeah.
All right?
And it's even something that I've tapped on a little bit, but just haven't really seemed to be getting a lot of clarity on. You know, kind of feeling very torn over a lot of different factors. So.
Well, deepest wisdom says product B.
Right.
So
right.
go with the deepest wisdom.
Really wonderful.
Yes. Now, if your deepest wisdom doesn't automatically know the answer, there's something else you can do. And that is to put one hand on your forehead and one hand on the back of your head and let your head move however it wants to, and it will stop automatically when it's done. This technique is called unwinding, because your body moves and unwinds from polarity therapy, frontal, like frontal lobe of your brain, occipital, as in occipital lobe of your brain, holding, as in holding. So unwinding, frontal, occipital, holding. So Margaret, I'm going to suggest that you do some unwinding frontal occipital holding right now in order to find out why your deepest wisdom chose that.
Okay, great.
Because you still seem a little, oh, I'm choosing that, but you know why. Okay?
I'm surprised it seems so easy.
Yeah, so go ahead and sit down
Let's take a seat.
and tune in. One hand on the forehead.
So one hand here.
One hand on the back
And
of the
one hand
head.
here.
And tune in and let your head move however it wants to. It'll stop automatically when it's done. And ask your deepest wisdom to show you why it chose product B. Ah,
Right.
okay, all right. Now do you understand why it chose product B?
Yeah, the very strong feeling that I had, or thought, or whatever it was that there is something that is going to come from that choice that is going to be even bigger for me in the future.
Oh.
So kind of cool. So there's sort of an unfolding in that direction.
Oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
See, making decisions with all of you, and then talking to your deepest wisdom. All right, so that's the whole technique. Very simple.
Thank you very much, Judith. This is very cool.
You're welcome.
And so try this at home. This is something you can do totally by yourself. We used muscle testing, but you didn't actually need another person because we did it on our own. Try it, rewind the video, try it again, and leave comments. I'd love to see your comments about this. And thank you again for bringing us this technique.
You're welcome.